and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for October the 7th through October the 13th. Welcome. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. I really hope you enjoy these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you. I really appreciate your support and loyalty and love. Thank you so much. Okay, so now these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading. And I will have skip times posted for each section in the show more section below. If you're looking on a phone, it's a little arrow pointing down. You click on that and you can get all the information. This is for your sun, moon and rising, guys. So check out the other videos. The links to those will be below. I am starting a tarot course, and I'm starting it on Sunday. Some of you will get this before Sunday. Sunday the 6th of October at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be a 6-week course. It's interactive, it's online. You can, join it from anywhere in the world as long as you check your time. And if you miss the first one, that's no big deal, because you will get the recording, and you'll be sent the recording after each class, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I am going to take you on the magical journey of tarot. Okay, so now what's the next one? I have a Facebook group, guys, and every 2 weeks I do a live feed within that Facebook group, and it correlates with the full moon or the new moon. And so we look at the chart with your sign and we see which area of your life will be affected by it. And I have tarot cards on hand and I answer questions just for the people who join in at the time. So that's fun. It's a private group. You do have to request entrance into it, but I approve everyone. So ask for that. The link to that will be below. And what else? That's it. I think that's it. Oh, yes. If you would like a personal reading, please click on this, a personal, more tailored reading, because, guys, these are general readings. So sometimes they're specific because spirit needs to get through to somebody that needs to hear it, right? So take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you'd like a more tailored reading, click on this link and it will take you to my website. You can see all the kinds of readings that I offer. Okay, without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. So what an incredibly powerful celestial sky we have this week, guys. So we start on October the 8th at 1:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Venus moves into Scorpio. Now, Venus is very, she's the planet of relationships, love, finance, beauty, and she's moving into Scorpio, which is very deep and intense. So Venus in Scorpio is very intense and deep, darling. So no shallow connections are tolerated at this time. It's like you see people that aren't authentic and you have no time for them. It's about real deep. It's like we value that deep and real truthful relationships. Or in all areas, friends, co-workers, there's no fear of intimacy during this time. It's like, it's like you crave intimacy. And our libidos will, rise up, darling. So it'll be a very hot and steamy time while Venus is in Scorpio. And also it's loyalty is demanded kind of thing. So it's very deep and very intense. Now the shadow side of Venus in Scorpio is possessiveness and jealousy and perhaps manipulation and control in our relationships. So we have to resist the urge to do that. Although it might be strong, it depends on the relationship. Now, let's move on to October the 13th, guys. It is huge. It's massive. This is an incredible look. 13. Well, I'm not going to go into that yet. We have the full moon in Aries at 20 degrees. Now, the full moon is when the sun is opposite the moon, right? So the moon's in Aries and the sun is in Libra, because they're opposite signs. And it's actually the illumination from the sun, the light from the sun, that illuminates the moon, right? So it's directly opposite. It's lighting it all up. So it's a full moon. This is a really powerful moon, and I'll tell you why. So we have the moon at 20 degrees of Aries. We have the sun at 20 degrees of Libra. And at the top is Pluto at 20 degrees of Capricorn. Now, this is what we call in astrology a T-square. And a T-square is a challenging aspect, but it's motivating. It can be very motivating. So this could bring on growth, personal growth and self-awareness. Now, that brings me back to the number 13, right? Because this is a time of transformation. Pluto is all about transformation. It's all about death and rebirth. The number 13 is a very powerful number. It represents change and transformation. It's the death card in the tarot, and that's all of the death card is about death and rebirth, right? So we need to let our old habits and behaviors die so that new positive habits and behaviors can pave the way for our path forward. 13 is also the divine feminine number, right? And that comes from 13 moons in a year. So that represents a woman's cycle, right? And the 13th day of the cycle is when she ovulates. This was the day of the goddess, right? Worshipping the goddess. It was when patriarchal rule came in that 13 was considered unlucky. Yes, unlucky for you guys because you weren't in control, okay? Don't make me go there, guys. Anyway, so this is it's like the opening to the psychic within. The full moon in Aries. Full moons are when things come to a head, right? When things come to light, when the moon shines a light on things that have been hidden to us previously that we haven't seen. So it's almost like we'll get epiphanies. We'll see things. We'll start to become aware of things that we weren't aware of before. So it's an opportunity to change something about ourselves that has held us back and stopped us from moving forward. And when we change that, we can propel forward. This T-square, right, is what we call, it's a cardinal T-square because Aries is a cardinal sign, Libra is a cardinal sign, and Capricorn's a cardinal sign. So it is about action. Cardinal signs are, getting things started, getting up and doing things, right? So this is going to create a transformation from us. Now, the interesting thing is, right, so Cancer, you think that you're going to get away with it? No, Cancer, you are involved too because you are opposite Capricorn. And so you would make a grand cardinal cross, as they say. So this is a T-square, but your energy comes to make it, meet it, and complete it. Then there may be challenges in your relationships at this time. The moon in Aries is all about finding your power. Where does your power lay? Where do I need to take initiative? Where can I say no? Sometimes saying no is kinder. It's a kinder thing to do. It's like stand up and say, no, I can't do that. Instead of saying, let me try, let me see if I can. No, I can't. It's physically impossible for me to do that. I'm sorry. Where can you set boundaries? Where can you say no? Now, at the same time, we've got Mars. Mars has moved into Libra, right? And Mars wants to be the nice guy. It's kind of goes again. Mars is the soldier, right? And Libra is the diplomat. So Mars wants to be the good guy in Libra, and it goes against his grain. He can't express himself fully. So he's not direct. It's not kind of direct. But let me tell you something incredible that's also happening at this full moon, is that Jupiter is also at 20 degrees. Now, Jupiter is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, sending a beautiful beam of light to the moon, and likewise to the sun. It is trine to the moon and sextiling the sun. This is a lovely, beneficial energy. So we can expect to get paid, guys, abundance, money coming in, listen, this is kind of like good fortune, good luck. So I don't normally condone this, but, try the lotto, darling. And what's interesting, right? So the moon's 20 degrees, Pluto's 20 degrees, Jupiter's 20 degrees, and the sun is 20 degrees, 20, 20, 20, 20. And we are moving, the Pluto station direct and Saturn station direct, and they're picking up speed, even though Pluto is a very slow planet, right? They are picking up speed, especially Saturn and Jupiter, because Jupiter went direct the other week. So things are starting to shake and move, and there's a lot of change. There is no doubt about it. There is change. Now, look, also at the same time as this full moon, we have Venus opposite Uranus. Now, Uranus is the planet of surprises, sudden happenings. It can be good and bad, but Venus is about relationships. We could expect unexpected or surprise encounters with people. So maybe somebody from the past or somebody new, perhaps new clients that will bring in that abundance or opportunities. Let's see. It's a very exciting and intense time, guys. Hang in there. But, there's some really, look, change sometimes doesn't feel great, but it's going to be an amazing change. It's where we become empowered. And it's also a very kind of karmic time. So we really need to look at how we behave, how we treat others. It's very important to put kindness and compassion forward. And we are seeing things. Look, Pluto digs deep and brings stuff up, right? And particularly at this full moon, we will see things that we haven't seen before. We are seeing it with our leaders around the world. Change is upon us. So exciting times. Okay, without further ado, let's go to the tarot card, shall we? Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for November the 7th through November the 13th. Sorry. Oh my goodness. October the 7th through October the 13th. This is the second time I'm recording this. You have no idea. My software just crashed without me knowing it. And you know what? The lesson is 9. I had 9 videos I recorded without audio. And something kept telling me to check the audio, and I didn't. And then I checked it when I got to Aquarius, which is the penultimate reading, right? Oh, gosh. Anyway, So what was really interesting was Virgo came out. And funnily enough, last week, I forgot to record Virgo. Oh dear, Taurus, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with myself? I ask you. Okay, so I have meditated and I have been shuffling off screen for this. This is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for this coming week of October the 7th through October the 13th? 3 cards for Taurus, please. Second time around. Oh, 1, 2 more, 2, and 1 more. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Here we go again. Oh, lovely. Okay, and now we are going to the clarifying cards for you. These are clarifying cards for Taurus. Clarifying cards. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for these clarifying cards for this coming week? Please clarify. Oh, there you go. Please clarify. And please clarify. Oh, Taurus, you're going to love this. Actually, this is almost the same as the one that you had. It's the same message as isn't that weird? I mean, not weird, that's how it should be. Isn't that wonderfully weird? Here are your cards, Taurus. Okay. The first card out for you is the King of Wands. Clarifying the King of Wands is the Queen of Cups. Then you have the 7 of Cups, clarified by the 6 of Cups. And then you have the Empress. We love her. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, guys. You're going to be hearing that song, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I can't help it. Okay, so the first card out for you, Taurus, is the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is a brilliant leader, right? He's a lovely husband. He's a lovely father. You know, he gets bored very easily and he likes to be entertained. Sometimes he can get a little over the top with that. And so the thing is he's a really good leader when he is spiritually guided. So when he comes into a reading, it's important for you to be, to think about the higher good of everyone. Resist overindulging, over drinking or perhaps, acting out a little socially. He's very social and he's very charming and he can just don't get easily distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. That's what I'm getting here. So keep the focus on what's on the situation at hand, because you may want to kind of overindulge and perhaps over-celebrate going out, and enjoying yourself a little too much. Now, clarifying it is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is I feel that you have to be careful not to be influenced by others. I feel that you're in a place where you can be easily influenced and perhaps not to your benefit. The Queen of Cups, she helps everyone. She's just like there for everyone and to the detriment of herself, So when she comes into a reading, you're being asked to take care of yourself. But what I'm really getting for you is it's more about boundaries. It's more, like somebody will say, come on out, and you'll think, oh no, I got to get up for work or I've got to do something tomorrow. I really can't. And they're like, come on, let's go. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you go out and you have too much to drink and then you're out late and then you feel terrible the next day. It's a distraction. It's that kind of not taking care of yourself that way. So be aware of that, Taurus. And then you've got the Seven of Cups. So you've got all these, there's some kind of confusion for you. You kind of don't know which way to, there's some situation or more than one situation that you have to kind of make some decisions on. And you're just confused because there are too many choices and too many options, and you kind of don't know which direction to go in. Now, in the seven, this particular card, there are no bad choices here. In some decks there are, but not in this deck. So the thing is sevens are introspective, right? So it means that you have to quieten the mind. So you might have been up in your head saying, oh, I'll do this. No, what about this? And you know, when you have like loads of choices and loads of options and you go through them in your mind and then you're like, oh yeah, I'll do this. And you find something wrong with all of them kind of thing. It's because you're going over in your head, right? So there's confusion. And look, this is the Six of Cups. So I feel that you are kind of spending a little too much time in the past in your head. It's like you're getting lost in time. This is very Neptunian. It's Neptunian energy. You're going back to your childhood. Perhaps you're thinking, you know, that can be Pluto. Things are coming up for you. Perhaps childhood issues are coming up for you. And it's making it hard for you to focus and to make decisions. And perhaps you're thinking, you know, it could be trauma from your childhood, or it could be like you're wishing for that innocence back again, and you're wishing for your childhood because it was easier then. You know, sometimes we all it's like, oh God, I remember when I was a kid and my mom and dad made all the decisions and they took care of me. You know, sometimes we go there, right? So the thing is it's okay to go there. Just don't stay there. I feel that this could be a week of distraction for you, or there are possible distractions. So when you're aware that you can kind of spend a little too much time in your head in the past, remind yourself, you know, as you find yourself doing it, say, okay, you know, come on, get it together. Let's get going. This is definitely a week where you need to take action. And listen, when the Seven of Cups comes in, there are solutions there. There are loads of solutions, and there's no wrong choice. Look, we have reaping days and learning days. Education starts with a mistake, right? That's how we learn. We don't learn something until we make a mistake, and then we're like, oh, okay, I get that. Now we, you know, like me, with my software crashed. Guess what? I'm going to check at the beginning of every video now to make sure that my software is up and running, and during it. You see, I'm checking right now on my computer. That's the lesson I've learned. I can't just assume that it's working in the background. So there's some, you know, this is a hard lesson, having to redo all the videos when I have so little time as it is. So I got that lesson, darling. So I say all that to say there are no bad choices. And when the Seven of Cups comes in, you need to quieten the mind. You need some time alone. Breathe deeply. Go within, and you will come up with the right decision. Sometimes people's opinions will confuse us even more, right? And the next card out is one of my favorites, darling. It's the Empress, you know, the number 3. She's like she's the divine feminine. It's what's happening. Look, she's Venus. She represents Venus, the planet that rules your sign, Taurus. This is a very auspicious card. This is manifesting wealth. She manifests. She is pregnant with brilliant ideas, right? You're going to come up with some great ways in which to perhaps make more money or beautify your home, or, you know, she's coming in. It's going to be creative energy, and it's going to be manifesting energy. So this is beautiful. And I'm saying this is creative manifesting energy, right? So you do not want to be distracted this week. Remember that. Because you've got the prize. The wheel of fortune is turning in your direction. And let me tell you, you have to take advantage of this, right? So I think of that song. It's turning in your direction. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I will. You know I will. I can't help it. Every time this comes up, I have to sing that. Anyhow, so the Wheel of Fortune is a wheel that constantly turns, right? It doesn't stop. So right now it's coming in your direction. Take advantage of it, darling. Do not get distracted. Don't overdo anything. Keep your eye on the prize, right? Because this is yours, darling, but you have to jump on it. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is constantly turning. You know, it turns in your direction and then it turns away from you. So, you know, that's the cycles of life, right? We don't know joy unless we've known sadness. We can't know abundance unless we've known deprivation, right? We can't recognize it. We can't be grateful for it. Jump on this, Taurus. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Help me grow this channel. Comment. I live for comments and feedback. That's what I'm here for, to interact with you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.